Deep South Wrestling. Tonight's main event, Scotty Beach versus Matt Sells. Now here's your hosts, Nick Patrick and Vet Adams.
Welcome to another edition of Deep South Wrestling. I'm Nick Patrick and this is...
Vet Adams.
What a main event we have coming up, and I've been waiting for this. Boozing and brawling. Are you ready? We should have one right now. We should have a cold one in honor of this match that's coming up.
What are we doing?
I don't know. Well, hey, somebody bring us a cold one, please. Anyway, we have a great main event coming up, and but first we're going to hear. First, there was a challenge last week that was set out by Zach Mosley to Narcissism, and we have heard from Narcissism, and we're going to hear his response. We're going to be coming to that here in just a moment, but also in just a few minutes, we're going to be doing a deep dive with Irving West.
Ooh, that'll be very interesting.
A big show coming up too, right?
Yes, Nick. And November 25th, Black Friday, we are returning to 7 stages in Little 5 Points, Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
You can get your tickets online now at eventbrite.com. Just search Deep South Wrestling.
Got a big main event coming up in just a little bit, boozing and brawling. It's going to be awesome. But first, let's hear from Narcissism.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Narcissism, and I'm back live, the N-A-J-A-S-I-S-M. And you know what? It seems like a lot of people don't want to keep my name out their mouth. I don't know if they want to share the ring with me. I don't know if it's jealousy. I don't know. They see all the things that I'm doing in the business right now. But you know what? I welcome it, because as I've always said, it's time to fight. And that's not just on a certain day. That's every day. That's the way of life for Narcissism. So Zach Mosley, you wanted me in the first round of the Deep South Championship Tournament. You got me. You're going to get every piece of me. And it's going to go the same way it always goes when me and you face off. Narcissism, winner circle. I'm going to kick you in the face, drop you on your head, drop my elbow across your throat. And at the end of the night, moving on in the tournament to be the next Deep South champion, Narcissism, November 25th, Black Friday. I'll see you there.
I'm Jacob Johnson, and you're watching Deep South Wrestling.
That reminds me of the time me and Cuz were out fishing on the hooch and we hadn't caught anything all day. All of a sudden, 3 big rainbow trouts jumped right in our boat. And boy, they grilled up delicious. Thank goodness Cousin had the good sense to get us a bag of easy light and long burning Royal Oak charcoal. All the best chefs know the flavors in the smoke. That's why all the best chefs use Royal Oak. Reach for the red.
Deep South Wrestling asks that you please drink responsibly and don't be this guy.
Don't be this guy. Don't be this guy. Don't be this guy. Don't be this guy.
Welcome back to Deep South Wrestling.
You know what? I hate it when Gary just snoops around and gets these inside scoops before I do. So instead of Gary dropping it, you might not never see Gary. We might not never see Gary. But guess what? Gary told me Sweeney Rob from Swanee had a van outside of 7 stages, and he had a box of shirts. And those box of shirts do not belong to him. They belong to us. We are Deep South. And guess what? You can get your own very shirts as well on Instagram or Facebook. Just hit them up. $20, folks. That black and that gold. I took this right off of Gary. He will never wear this shirt again. It's mine now. And you can get one too. All right.
Well, we just heard from C-Dub with the inside scoop on the shirts.
Yes, DM us today to get yours on either Facebook or Instagram.
Get it today. Look, we got ours. We're sporting ours right now. You know what we're going to cut to right now?
What's that?
A deep dive with Irving West.
Ooh.
So I think my love of professional wrestling is a little bit tricky to pin down because my earliest memory is of wrestling. Growing up, I was always a pretty solitary kid. I was born in San Francisco. A lot of my Hawaiian family are there. A lot of my family's still in Hawaii. I played a few different sports growing up. I played them all really equally poorly. I had a really solid amount of participation trophies. And I wanted to do boxing because I really desperately wanted someone to punch my face, and I really wanted to punch someone else's face. After San Francisco, I made my way to New Orleans. I was just at a point where I felt like I needed to do something different. I figured New Orleans seemed like a pretty interesting place at the very least to go. You know, Deep South has been around for a long time in various incarnations, so it's not as though I didn't know about Deep South. I never thought that I would be wrestling in Deep South. This is an opportunity to do something really cool, something that has a long history and something that I could hopefully contribute to meaningfully, right? It's intimidating in some ways, I think, to be part of something with that much history. But it's also really exciting that I could have a chance to do something and to perform and to hopefully do something of importance in Deep South is awesome. Like, to me, Deep South means opportunity and a chance as somebody who loves wrestling to actually kind of become part of a historical continuum that I think is really important. I don't know why I never thought that tag wrestling would be the thing for me, probably because I have a huge ego. Once I was able to sort of tamp some of that down and realize that so much of what I've loved about wrestling has also always been tag wrestling. It's always been right there. With Creeps, I would love to just always be wrestling people who have more experience than us, if we can. I would like to wrestle people who have done things and been places that I haven't had the chance to yet, because even if those matches are going to be tough, which they will, anybody who's got more experience than me, that's an uphill battle. But those are the types of things that I want for Creeps, because I think those are the things that are going to push us to grow. And yeah, it's horrifying to have to challenge people who are just storehouses of knowledge, and you know this going into it. But that's the kind of stuff I want, because that's where the rubber meets the road to me. So yeah, I want to do my part to make the tag division a big deal, and at the same time, I just want to keep getting better and learning more.
I'm Nick Patrick, and Deep South Wrestling will be right back.
That reminds me of the time my neighbor Hank was having a party for them cheerleaders from Dallas, and he ran out of propane right before game time. Well, let me tell you, them girls must have been hungry, because you should have seen them come running when they smelled what we was cooking in our backyard. I'm so glad Cousin brought home a bag of fast lighting, long burning Royal Oak charcoal. All the best chefs know the flavors in the smoke. That's why all the best chefs use Royal Oak. Reach for the red.
I'm the $1 million mullet, Zach Mosley, and you're watching Deep South Wrestling.
Time for the big boozing and brawling main event.
Yes, Scotty Beach versus Matt Sells.
It's going to be awesome. Get your cold one and let's strap down and get ready.
Game on.
Welcome to this week's edition of Deep South Wrestling. I'm Nick Patrick, and joining me, Ben Adams and Michael Longino. And what a main event we have this week.
Yes, I am so excited. This is going to be Scotty Beach's open challenge, is boozing and brawling match.
How many bears and punches do you think we're going to see, y'all?
Oh my goodness.
I see that he is equipped with a six-pack and his noodle.
Yeah.
So he's ready for action right now.
Man, Scotty Beach is undefeated at this time at Deep South Wrestling. He has won over Simon Sermon and Stunt Marshall as well.
Yes, he sure enough did.
You know, Scotty Beach is the last student of the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. He graduated of the Dick Murdoch Dream Makers Academy.
That's right.
He's a former GCW heavyweight champion.
You know, when they approached me, when Scotty Beach approached me with this boozing and brawling challenge, I thought, oh man, how's this going to go? But I'll be honest with you, I've seen two matches. It's very entertaining, and it's got some big reviews.
It does.
And the funny part to me was when the very first one, the ref came to me and says, Nick, I've never done one of these. What do I do? And I said, well, I've never booked one either, so let's just let them drink and let's just let them fight and just see what happens.
What a fun match to be a part of. I would have loved to referee that match.
Well, we'll have to get you in one of these boozing and brawling I said bruising. Had that too. Bruising, boozing, and brawling.
The last boozing and brawling open challenge I saw looked like a tidal wave of beer just going onto the fans.
You know,
it was crazy.
That's a shame. I'd have liked to have been hit by that tidal wave.
You know.
So there goes Nick. He's getting washed out to the street by the
I know. Surf's up, everybody.
Tsunami time.
There goes Nick Patrick floating away on Scotty Beach's noodle.
That's I would need a flotation device. They're awaiting his opponent. Now, his opponent now, from what I understand, is no stranger to drinking or fighting.
Those are two of his favorite pastimes, I hear.
Matt Sells loves boozing and brawling. He also loves drinking beer and wrestling, and he's good at both of them, Nick.
Well, he better be, because he's taking on the undefeated in the Bruising and Brawling Challenge, Scotty Beach.
Yes, this is Matt Sells' debut in Deep South Wrestling. Let's see what he's got.
He's got great reputation. I know he's wrestled in a lot of different large promotions. He's made his way all around the world, actually. You know, not just in the Southeast or just in the country. He's getting out and around. He's got quite the reputation.
Yes, he's been to Ring of Honor and AEW.
Yes, he's excellent.
Yes, he's got 20 years of wrestling experience.
Yeah, he's been here for a minute. He knows what he's doing, and he was trained well, and it shows. You'll see. Well, I don't know how much wrestling you're going to see in this, because this is the Boozing and Brawling Challenge.
He is the perfect opponent for Scotty Beach's open challenge.
Yeah, this might be his toughest challenge so far. All right, we're going to hear from our ring announcer here in just a second, and we'll get this Boozing and Brawling Challenge underway. What do you think?
Are they doing a tug of war with that noodle?
They're going to have to get that noodle out of the ring.
I hear you.
Is it a weapon?
It's an illegal weapon.
That would be the first get disqualified by a noodle.
Undefeated, Scotty Beach. Undefeated so far in Boozing and Brawling, that is.
Yes, and incredibly entertaining. Here at Deep South, every match is a main event.
Yes, it is.
So I'll tell you what, when we get you out there in that Boozing and Brawling match, are you going to partake and have one with them?
You know, well, I guess there's only one way to find out.
Well, we'll see.
I'm thirsty just by watching this.
Yeah. They need to get sponsors for this.
A cold one would be nice right now, Nick.
Yes, it'd be real. We'll sneak up there to ringside.
I know. I was thinking the same thing, but
you think they'd miss one?
I don't know.
They'd miss three.
Yeah.
Now, we've started off armed with beer. It looks like we're going to get to the brawling part here pretty quick.
I think Matt Sells has already had a lot of beer before this match.
I think he's warmed up.
Oh, is he?
He locked up with the referee.
I
know. Leave the guy in the stripes alone.
You don't touch an official, even if you've had a lot of beer.
Especially then.
Especially.
Well, there you go. He's taken the arm and captured the arm. And he's going to try to torture that arm. Get into the brawling. You take that arm away, then that he can only drink with one hand then.
That's true. Scotty Beach takes it right to him.
Locked in. Going to be our first boozing and brawling match. It ends in a submission.
Cool.
Nice
That would be
hammerlock.
awesome to see, Nick.
Yeah, right into a hammerlock. Excellent chain wrestling. Wait a second.
You know, I wasn't expecting to see any chain wrestling. I mean,
Oh,
I thought it was just going to be like a brawl and a lot of beer drinking.
break time. Break time.
Do you hear the crowd?
Chug, chug, chug.
Yep.
They are having a great time tonight.
Oh,
They like what they're seeing, Bet.
I thought he was going to punch Scotty right in the face. I thought he was going to sucker punch him. Scotty turned around and caught him. Wait.
They're not done drinking, Nick.
Nope, they got to finish it. They got to finish. There's a little backwash in there.
Oh.
Yeah, now we're getting to the brawling. We started with some chain wrestling.
And some more
went to the-
drinking.
Yeah, we went to the boozing, and now we are in the brawling. Scotty Beach tried nice reversal. Good takedown. Uh-oh. He's got him set up. He's got him set up. I've seen him do this move. Scotty Beach getting that face driven right into the mat. Submission. I think I'd tap on this.
You know,
Especially if I had a cold beer over in the corner.
I totally agree
Here's
with
my
you, Nick.
options. Do I have this guy sit on my head like this, or do I drink a cold beer?
well, look at Matt Sells doing both.
Yeah, there you go. He's in full control right now. Anytime you can hold your opponent down and chug a beer, and make sure you just hand the can to the ref, then you're in pretty good control.
What can Scotty do to get out of this?
I don't know. This might be it. It might be over. Nope, he's in the ropes. He's in the ropes.
They have to break.
You know, ring presence is a big part of professional wrestling, and I think with this boozing and brawling, ring presence might be slightly impaired.
Yes.
Big elbow in the corner. Whips Scotty Beach out. Big reversal. Ooh. Well, that's Matt Sells' corner. He's armed over in that corner.
Oh, shark attack.
Fans are just loving it.
Yeah, that's too much. That shark attack is set up for the coup de grace. He might have Matt Sells now.
Goodness gracious.
Even though Matt Sells is over there in his corner, he's got that beer over there.
Scotty is chugging away.
Yeah, Scott now. Well, there you go. At least they are making sure they aren't littering the planet with their empty cans.
I was thinking the
They're
same
having
thing.
The ref they're being responsible. Ooh, big right hand, big left, double punch. Look at that. Now you can tell who trained in there with that exchange. You can tell those punches and that elbow, that was straight out of the Dusty Rhodes
American
playbook.
Dream. You see his shoulder pads with the
polka dots.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen those cheating moves all my life.
You caught a lot of his matches, Nick.
Yes, I have. Big elbow.
Not enough, no.
Well, I thought he had him because that was a big elbow. Matt Sells already down a little bit from.
Matt's kind of holding his leg.
Keeping him away from his beer.
Yeah,
that's gonna make Scotty mad, don't you think? I mean,
yeah, it made me mad. Oh, another big elbow. Another big elbow. You gonna go for a cover here?
Either he's going to go to the cover, or no, he's going for the beer.
Yeah. We're gonna get back to the boozing again.
I think it's time for another break, Nick.
I think so. I think it's time for round 2.
C-Dub letting you know we're going to commercial break. May have a few words from our sponsors.
That reminds me of the time me and Cousin were tailgating outside the big game, and a couple of those propane boys come a-strolling by, betting us a rack of ribs they could beat us in cornhole. Well, let me tell you, it wasn't looking good in the last round until Cousin hit a holy moly triple cornhole, and we won it all. It's a good thing we brought along an extra bag of that fast lighting, long burning Royal Oak charcoal.
All the best chefs know the flavors in the smoke. That's why all the best chefs use Royal Oak.
Reach for the red.
We are Los Martinez. Welcome back to Deep South Wrestling.
Yep, we're going for another round.
Oh man, both men are down.
They're going to run out of ammunition here in a little bit. They keep this up. Here we
Hear
go.
the fans.
Yeah.
They're chugging away.
Yep. Oh, Scotty used a little bit to cool himself down. Oh, Scott's trying to slow this thing down a little bit. He's offering a toast. There's a toast.
Oh,
there you go.
Sells.
And there's a toast.
And they are punching and chugging.
This is awesome.
I know. I absolutely love what I'm seeing here.
Yes.
Man. Oof. Big right hands.
Ooh.
I think if Scotty Beach didn't have 4 beers in him, he'd already be knocked down. He'd be knocked down.
Oh, that's going all over the mat.
That just took them both down. Oh my. Ugh.
They're going to black out if they don't stop drinking so much.
Yeah, it could be. Well, they both took. Ooh, yeah, that was stiff right there. Oh my gosh.
Better get up.
There might not be a getting up from that. That was tough.
That was brutal, Nick.
Listen to this crowd on the edge of their seat, seeing if both of them can get up. And we actually return to 7 stages on Friday, November 25th, and that is Black Friday.
Yes, ma'am, it sure is. And look, they both made it back to their feet. And here they go. I'd cover up.
Oh. Yes, Ben. And we know Zach Mosley he's going to face Narcissism at Black Friday.
Oh, that's right. That's one of the big matches signed.
Yes, and another qualifier is Eric Adams versus Brandon Zero.
Brandon Zero's looking good here lately. He's been training really hard. He looks like he's getting ready for big things.
Brandon Zero could be our future champion of Deep South Wrestling.
You never know. You never know.
Oh.
Man, these guys got a heavyweight dead. Did you see this? What an exchange. Now you can
What a
smash.
tidal way of beer.
Yeah, you smash a full beer into somebody's head. That's good. That's
I don't feel good.
And they're both still on their feet. Just as I said, they're both still on their feet. How can that be?
Oh my
They
God.
both are down.
Listen to this crowd.
Is this going to be the first time ever we're going to see 2 guys passed out?
I don't know. You got to a 3 count. Scotty doesn't look like he's coming around
I don't think
anytime
they're
soon.
getting up.
Neither does Matt Sells.
The official has called it.
Yep.
Oh, they're both out. He's called for the bell. They're both out cold.
I
What
told
a
you, Nick,
finish to this Booze and
they
Brawling
drunk
challenge.
way
Wow.
too much.
Yeah, well, they unloaded all their heavy ammunition. I tell you what a great main event. Thank you guys for joining us. And all you folks at home, thank you so much for watching us here at Deep South Wrestling. We like to present some things that are a little bit different, and that's what we just did.
Yes.
Join us again next week for more Deep South Wrestling.